Hi guys, Jada here. Today I am diving into how to direct a model to make them feel comfortable in front of the camera and draw out and produce some very authentic emotion. Nothing fake or overly produced. We're going to get the real stuff here. Before we dive in, if you love photography, set design, or watching two people chase a dream, hit that subscribe button now because David and I are on a mission to produce some wild YouTube videos this year. I've been a professional photographer for 10 years, which is crazy. But when I was first starting out, I would show up to a shoot with a clear vision in my head of the shots that I wanted to achieve and then completely fall short. I could never get the models into the poses that I really wanted and draw out that very authentic emotion that I was searching for. But to be a successful portrait photographer, you have to be able to direct. So I did a deep dive into this to really figure out what worked and what didn't and how to get out that authentic emotion that makes pictures so much more impactful. Establish a good rapport with your model. Right out of the gate, it's so important that you establish a clear channel of communication between you and your model. You need to be clear with your model about your vision for the shoot, your goals for the shoot, and what you expect from them. The clearer you are with your vision and your expectations for them, the smoother the shoot will go. So, Rose, today's shoot is a little bit different. It's a little more optimistic than the shoots we normally do.
Mixing it up.
Yeah, change it up a little bit. You are a seed, okay? And you are filled with hope and possibility and excitement and energy. So during the shoot, I want you to start kind of curled up into your little tiny ball, and then you slowly kind of start to peek your eyes out and look around. And you're taking in your space, but you feel comfortable and safe in your space. You're happy where you are, but then you start to be like, oh, what if I reach out a little bit here? Look at this beautiful light. Wow, this is such a beautiful world that I'm in. Your model is putting so much trust in you, so it's very important that you clearly communicate your goals with them and they know exactly what you are trying to achieve. The better they understand that, the better they can help bring that photo and that vision to life. One of the easiest ways to build trust between you and your model is by calling them by their first name. Good job, Kate. A little to the left, Kate. Nice shot, Kate. Sounds so simple, but there's a scientific study behind this that people love hearing the sound of their name. It builds trust, it builds a clear path of communication, and it makes them feel more empathetic towards you, which as a photography director, your model needs to trust you. So right out of the gate, using their first name is such a simple and effective tool. Now on to my favorite tip, create a storyline. Before every shoot, David and I come up with a loose storyline for the shoot. We consider our models to be characters within the story, and every character needs a good drive and motivation behind them. At the start of each shoot, David and I share our story with our model and explain to them the character that they're going to be playing during the shoot. This lets them realize that they aren't being themselves during this shoot. They are playing the character, which allows them to open up and be a little more emotionally vulnerable because they aren't themselves. So, concept behind the shoot, we're gonna play with two different ideas. So, one, you're scared of shiny things.
Ooh, okay.
So we'll explore that. And then other concept that we're gonna dive into a little bit is you're in a box. I feel like we all sort of put ourselves in boxes, but sometimes we don't realize how much bend there actually is, how you really can push and lean into different things. So that's sort of the thought with these walls that can move a little bit. Having a clear storyline also helps everyone understand the concept behind the shoot in a fun, lighthearted way. The next tip might sound obvious, but be vocal. As a photographer, it is your job to direct the model and run the shoot. When your model does something well, tell them! Give them so much feedback. I am my model's biggest cheerleader during a shoot, And I go crazy every time they nail a shot or hit that perfect pose. Love that one. Oh, these are beautiful, Rose. Yep. Oh, look at that. That's crazy looking. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what you're doing right now. Oh, I love that one. That one's so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, love that. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. You look like you're just being destroyed right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. The more confident and comfortable your model feels during a shoot, the better the shoot will go. That's why it's so important to give them positive feedback throughout the entire shoot. And when your models aren't doing exactly what you want them to do, tell them. Try giving them direction in a different way or even demonstrate it for them. I love demonstrating poses to my models because they get a sense of what I want, but I'm not a model, so I can never really hit the poses to the extent that they're going to be able to. And it adds a level of humor, and I think it just makes everyone on set feel more comfortable and realize this is a lighthearted, fun environment that we all get to create in together. Okay, now droop your hand. Now it's one of those situations where you're like, are we there yet? Are we ever gonna get there? And then extend your right hand closer towards me on the wall. Yeah. I don't ever stop talking during a photo shoot. My models are placing their trust in me and making themselves emotionally vulnerable, and I want them to know that I am there with them every single step of the way. So they are getting so much feedback from me, so much encouragement, lots of direction, and lots of saying their name. The more comfortable and reassured they feel during a shoot, the better their results are going to be. And when I'm trying to get my model to produce a very specific emotion, like I want you to feel really sad and lonely, like you're afraid that you're never gonna see people again and you're stranded in this place alone forever, I create vividly specific descriptions of these types of scenarios so that it gets the model out of their own head a little bit and really makes them feel those feelings on the inside, because I am painting such a clear picture. And if you have ever watched one of my directing videos, you might be able to guess what my next tip is. Get goofy. If I am doing a shoot that requires big emotions, I get emotional with the model. I will pretend to cry or scream with them behind the camera. It becomes a shared emotional experience where they are not the only one just standing in this room letting all of their emotions out and being incredibly vulnerable, because I'm doing it with them too.
Stop your foot right there. I am the X-Woman! Yes!
And I saved this tip for last because it's the most important one. If you forget all of the other tips that I've shared with you, just remember this. Be confident. You need to radiate confidence. Your model is putting so much trust in you, and if you're shooting for a client, they're putting so much trust in you too. And it's your responsibility to show up. You need to be confident, you need to be on top of things, and you need to direct the shoot. And that's not to say that you're gonna feel confident all the time. There's been so many moments when I have been so in my head during a shoot, like, I'm not sure what pose to do next, or did that really look good? Should I go back and reshoot that? I don't know. But you have to be decisive, you have to make decisions, and you have to move forward. It's okay if you feel unsure on the inside, but it is not okay to let your model or anyone else in the room feel that. You need to take charge, you need to push through, and you need to direct with absolute confidence. Working this way has completely transformed my photography and has helped me produce much more authentic, powerful images. And I truly hope that these tips help you kind of start to go down a new path on your own photography journey and produce some images that you feel really proud about. If you have any other tips that you think would be helpful for people in terms of directing a photo shoot or tips on making a model feel more comfortable, drop them in the comments below so we can all learn and grow from these shared experiences. I am so grateful to you for watching, and if you are interested in more photo shoot BTS or directing tips, Hit that subscribe button now and subscribe to our channel.